Big thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Yes, I canceled my Model Y. I'm not thrilled about it at all. We had it all configured. It was ready to be delivered. I was dead set. I got the Tesla financing in order. I was like, yes, I'm going to pick it up. I had my delivery date scheduled. And at the very, very last minute, I emailed Tesla and I said, look, I'm so sorry. We had a long discussion, me and my wife, and we just cannot go through with this purchase at this time. So I felt really bad. And I'm going to explain in this video what went into my decision for canceling my Model Y at the very last second, literally, and maybe it'll help you out if you're trying to decide to buy a Tesla, or more specifically a Model Y right now in mid 2020. It came down to a freaking pro and con list, okay? And I'm gonna go over some of these pros and cons that we list, because we just sat down and literally just brain dumped some of these pros and cons. Better safety and reliability. The Model Y is bound to be one of the safest cars in the world if it follows the other Tesla vehicles' lead. Model 3 is the safest car ever tested by the NHTSA. Safety was a huge pro, and one of the biggest reasons we were going to get the Model Y. Second, we have growing family. So, my wife and I are planning to have kids, or at least, one kid. The Model Y, I think, is the best car that you can get for a family of 2 or maybe 1 kid. If you have a larger family, the Model X is probably better, but Model Y is a really great family car for just a family of 4 or less. Definitely better than the Model 3 when it comes to cargo and family and passengers. New channel growth. I was definitely looking forward to filming videos about the Model Y and sharing it with you guys, and I still will be doing that actually. Stay around to the end of the video and I'll share what my plans are, but that was a huge factor actually. That was one of the reasons I was really leaning towards getting it. I can use this, I can make videos about it. I want to share the information about it with you guys, about owning a Model Y and whether it's worth it for you guys. But you know what? We may be planning on getting a Model Y later, and I actually was going to use it for Turo. I was going to look at this purchase as sort of how can I make income from it, and I was planning on renting it out on Turo, and with the whole COVID situation, that kind of threw a wrench in the plans. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that now, and it's, how many people are actually going to be wanting to rent it out, and is it actually worth it? I don't know if I want to take that risk for a brand new car, for a brand new Tesla Model Y right now. So, but that was one of the pros, because I was like, what, I could make some money, some income, generate some income from it. Better for environment, of course. Yes, this is an all-electric car. It's so much better for the environment when compared to any gasoline car. Now, the one caveat is it's actually better to drive what you have, which, I put a little asterisk by there, because, the longer that you can drive what you have instead of going out and buying something new, that's actually better for the environment than buying a completely new car or product. So that's, of course, comes with its own little asterisk, but, at the end of the day, all electric vehicle is better for the environment than a gasoline vehicle. Minimal repairs compared to gasoline vehicles. So no more gas, no more oil changes, just a lot less moving parts. So easier to take care of, less maintenance, that sort of thing. So, and then of course, more cargo space. That goes back to, the growing family. The Model Y has so much more storage volume compared to the Model 3. You got the hatchback, and that's one of the biggest differences of the Model Y and the Model 3. And then lastly, high resale value. And that was one of the big reasons we were looking for a Tesla. If I'm ever going to buy a new car, it's going to be a Tesla. I don't think I would ever buy another non-Tesla new car, just because Teslas hold their value so much compared to other cars. And I thought with the Model Y, this is going to be sort of a similar reflection of the Model 3, which the Model 3 has held up its value very well. And according to Elon, they're going to appreciate, which, they're not there yet. Okay. It's still a depreciating asset, but it does hold its value really well compared to its competitors. So and let's go to the cons part. So this is the cons list. And the first thing I have written down is depreciation, because you know what? These cars, although they hold their value pretty well, they still depreciate. And I know this firsthand. I bought a brand new Tesla Model 3 long range rear wheel drive in 2018. So it's been 2 years since I got my car. And I've seen some of these people that are trading in their Model 3s right now to upgrade to the Model Y, and they're getting some really low quotes on trade-ins. Now, you usually get more money when you sell privately, but a lot of these people are doing trade-ins and they're getting like $20,000 knocked off of what they paid just 2 years ago. That's a big hit in depreciation when it comes down to it. That's a risk that you're taking with tech products. When you're on the cutting edge of technology and you're buying these products brand new, you're going to lose some type of value, because the rate at which they're constantly improving is incredible. This is one of the biggest things that went into my decision for not getting my Model Y right now, is that next year I could potentially get a standard range Model Y and save $13,000. My wife drives less than 30 miles a day. And right now she's not driving at all because she's still working from home due to COVID. So, I was so hesitant to buy a brand new Tesla Model Y long range all-wheel drive, which is overkill for what we need. I mean, if she was driving it, she would be putting it in chill mode. Like, she's not ready for the all-wheel drive. So it would just be sitting and just losing value every day. And it just did not sit well with me. That's kind of why I was just like so hesitant to buy the long range all-wheel drive right now, because it would be depreciating and it's a little overkill for what we need. I have crappy garage on here. It's true. We have a crappy garage. It's a single car garage, and it's just like awful. Like, it was, whoever put it together, it was just like, okay, MVP, minimum viable product. I think when and if I get, Model Y and have two Teslas, if we have two Teslas, I would love to have a 2-car garage and have both of them protected, because that was another thing. I didn't want to have the Model Y just sitting outside all the time. And the next thing I have listed down here is not a big difference from the Model 3. We already have a Model 3, and the Model Y, when it comes down to it, it's not that much different than the Model 3. You know what makes the Model 3 special? It's the driver dashboard. It's what you see when you're in the driver's seat. And what you see in the Model Y is the exact same thing as in the Model 3, except you're sitting up a little bit higher. The main thing that people loved when when I went and drove Uber for the first time in my Model 3 and got people's reactions, they loved the screen, the minimalist design, and the big 15-inch touchscreen display. That's the thing about the Model 3 that is new to people. That's what excites people, and that's what surprises people, and it's what they're interested in. So that whole design right there is the exact same thing in the Model Y. It's the same screen. It's almost the same exact glass roof, except Model Y has a little bit of a panoramic glass roof compared to the Model 3. The Model Y, when it comes down to it, it's a bigger Model 3 that has more storage volume, and then it has a hatchback and a heat pump. I couldn't justify just buying a brand new $60,000 vehicle that's not much different than what we already have. And then I have higher insurance costs listed on here. It was going to raise my insurance just a little bit, and I'm a frugal guy, so I try to avoid cost as much as I can. And, if I can avoid paying higher insurance, I will. And then last but not least, it delays the things that we want to do with our money. With everything that's going on in the world right now, it may sound stupid to some of you, but we live in Louisville, Kentucky, so we're in the middle of this huge racial injustice. We're seeing protests and everything like that, and it's something that we want to take seriously. And then we also want to donate to some of the charities and organizations that support, anti-racism, and we want to learn all about that stuff. So buying this big expensive toy just right now, it just did not feel right. If you get a new Tesla, that's fine. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Do whatever you need to do. And a lot of people can do both. But right now we just hey, let's wait off on buying something that's basically a toy for us, and let's try to give back. And we also have some other things that we want to invest our money in. Right now, our business, we have a videography business, so I would love to invest more into that. I want to learn more. Now, Skillshare is one of my favorite places to learn a new skill or improve a current skill. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of modern classes for creative and curious people just like myself. It's a great place to explore new skills, build upon existing passions, and feed creativity. And learning isn't just about classes though, it's about community and being surrounded by people who are just as creative as you. And right now, learning and growing as an individual is super important for all of us, so I'm working my way through some of the most inspiring classes by Black artists on Skillshare. I just finished a photography class by Justin Bridges, which strengthened my fundamentals, and my next class is going to be from my fellow YouTuber, Christopher Rhodes, on how to video on a budget, which looks awesome. If you want to tap into your creativity and learn with Skillshare, the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description below will get a 2-month free trial of premium membership, so don't miss out. And thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. So yeah, there's just a lot of things right now that I could probably put $50,000 or $60,000 towards that would just benefit me more than just buying a Tesla Model Y. Now, having said that, I am not against buying a Model Y. I'm thinking about actually buying one next year. I'm waiting for the standard range Model Y to come out and just to see how much that's going to cost. Based on, the price configuration right now, it's going to be about $41,000. When is it going to come? It's going to come early next year. It's going to come at the end of this year. Who knows? So I think, with Tesla, their prices are constantly changing. They're constantly getting better. And I think if you can wait a year, you're most likely going to see a better build quality. They're going to fix a lot of things that the early beta testers will have to put up with because they were one of the first people to get the car. I lived through it. I bought one of the first Model 3s, and they've improved so much. The Model 3 has improved just over the last 2 years. There are so many changes that happened to the Model 3 that I don't get to benefit from because I have one of the earlier models. So, they fixed the seats. They put more comfortable seats in the Model 3 after I got mine. So I don't have that. They reduced the price for a lot of the models. I mean, they improved the efficiency. I've heard they've improved some of the soundproofing. So I think it's very possible to wait a year and end up spending less money and getting just a more polished product, a more polished car, a better car for your money. That's just how it has been in the past. That's not a guarantee, but that's my plan right now. I think I'm going to wait to see what that standard range is going to be like, because if we do have a kid, I do think I want a Model Y. I think that would be a great family vehicle, but a Cybertruck is not off the table. Okay. The Cybertruck is very interesting. I told my wife, I was like, look, a $50,000 Cybertruck is a better buy than a $50,000 Model Y. If you're looking at it based on specs and utility, that's just the truth. But we got to figure out when the Cybertruck is actually going to come. My wife hates the Cybertruck, the looks of it. So I will have a review for you guys. I will definitely review the Model Y. In fact, I plan on getting one for at least a week and spending a week with it and getting my thoughts, because I think, driving a Model 3, I think I will know what to look for as far as the differences, and I'm looking forward to that. So stick around, subscribe if you want to see that full review of the Model Y, and I definitely will be featuring the Model Y in future videos. Thank you for watching. What do you think? Do you think I made a bad decision waiting off? Let me know if you are getting a Model Y, or let me know if you went through this process and what you decided. What if you decided to buy it or not buy it? Let me know how you came to that decision. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one.